is contract? A contract is a form of arrangement in which legally binding promises are exchanged between parties. There are 6 basic conditions in order to establish a legal binding contract. The first one is a request must be made if a party is prepared to enter into an agreement with another party. An approval must be granted where a party is ready to conclude an agreement with the party making the bid. Words or act will consider a bid. Next, each group must take care of this, taking into account the privilege, interest, profits or benefits of a party at detriment, patience, loss or liability of other party. Next, the contracting parties shall decide to make a contractual deal until the other side accept it. Next is, in addition, a contract can only be tried or punished by a person who are privy. Lastly, condition between the parties to the contract must be certain. The terms of the contract must be known.
Forms of contract. Forms of contract refer to the manner in which the contract is executed or manifested. A contract may be oral, in writing, or partly oral. Forms of contract. Number 1, written. A written contract is agreement made on a printed document that has signed by both the lender and the borrower. Written contracts are legal, binding, and easier to enforce than oral contracts. In written contract, one party agrees to perform a service or provide a product, and the other parties agree to certain payment terms. The terms of written contracts can vary from one contract to another. Without a written contract, an oral agreement may be unenforceable. With written contracts are legal, binding, and easier to enforce the oral contracts. A document that legal binding can be upheld in court, and any agreement that two parties can be legally enforced, whether it's written or verbal. When both parties acknowledge the contract terms, the following happens. Their signature is proof of their acceptance of the contract. For example, whether you use a contract for employee or business transactions, make 2 copies of the signed agreements and